when you're buying your first home, once you've got your pre-approval, you know exactly what you can afford to borrow. Hopefully you know which area you're looking in, whether that's an apartment, a unit, a house, it doesn't really matter. But what you've got to do is really hit the road and learn what a property is worth in a certain area and if you can afford it. So I spend many, many weekends, I think Rob sees me most weekends, even though I've bought a house, I still check out the market and see what's happening, going around seeing what things sell for. One thing I do, this is a folder I've got. This one's pretty rough, I haven't filed it away. But as I go to properties, I usually get a brochure. So I save my brochures and floor plans or whatever. So when I get closer to buying my first home, I've got great comparisons at hand. So if there's a house for $300,000 and there's a similar one on the market for $290 plus, and it's sold for $300,000 the other one, I can go back to my file and go, oh, well, it's sold for this. I've got a case study to back it up. So when I'm speaking to the agent and I'm saying, look, I'm prepared to spend about this amount, and they go, oh, we want more, you can go back to them and go, well, this one actually sold for this amount 3 weeks ago. So, and you can really get to know the market very quickly, and anyone can do it, and it doesn't take long. Just a few weekends out on open inspections, get the paper on a Sunday, Monday, you'll get all the results and compare what the price was advertised for and what it sold for. Because that'll give you a real feel for the market on how things are being advertised. But that'll be covered a bit later. Like I said, I record the results. Always check on the realestate.com.au to see what's happening, see what the new listings are. So I record everything. So this is just another spreadsheet I've put together where I've just gone, 14th of October, a certain house was advertised at this amount, 500,000, sold for 572. The next one sold. I think that one works out to be, the top one's about 14% above the 500 plus, and the 870 plus to 972 is about 12%. So if you get consistent percentages above that, you can sort of go, okay, in this area, that's pretty much on the mark. Whereas in other areas, it might be just booming. It's going to be going for 25% above the plus. So as long as you've got a sort of an up-to-date thing of what's happening, and that's what I do, I try and record everything. And if I've got a brochure to back that up as well, it's even better because I've got physical pictures of certain properties. Okay, common descriptions in advertising. So you probably see, a low maintenance yard. So you're looking at a small block. But if an advertisement says perfect for the first home buyer, the chances are that it's perfect for the first home buyer and it's worth looking at. Whereas if it's got advertising land of 900 square metres, it's probably not a first home buyer's property because they're targeting developers. So when you start looking at properties, just get an idea of how things are selling, how they're advertised. Because, like I said, if they are targeting you, there's a good reason for that, and it could be worth looking at. And it's so important to have a look at the advertised price versus what it actually sells for in the end, just so you can see the current market. Most vendors will be motivated by price, so when you're negotiating with them, they're going to go in and they're going to want a certain amount, and there's really some psychological points when negotiating, I believe, whereas if they want $400,000 for the house and they really want that $4 at the start of their price, it's going to be a big factor, whereas if you offer them $397, it might be great, but it might not get you the deal. So start to think about other things you can negotiate into the deal. So it might be a longer settlement. So you might work out that your mortgage is going to be $2,000 a month anyway in interest. So if you can push out that mortgage an extra 2 months, you're saving $4,000 and they're getting the price they want. So everyone wins. They get the price, you get the house. It's just, the numbers have just been slightly shifted.